Hello, younger self. Stop trying to grow up so quick. It's not as exciting as you think. I know it sounds like I'm being dramatic. I know I often am dramatic, but I just want to be grown up so bad. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Okay, so today I'm giving you another flower power moment. I've been very into the flowers on my eyes lately, and I just got the cutest little stamp from CVS. This is called Paparazzi, but apparently it's a CVS Beauty brand, and it was only like $5. It's double-sided, it has eyeliner on the other side. The stamp itself is just a flower like that, so then I went in with my water-activated eyeliners and put a little pop of neon in the middle. I've got my butterfly clips in, I'm wearing my fun sardine earrings today, I've got a neon orange shirt on, but that's not what this video is about. No, you did not click on this video to hear me talk on and on and on about all of the accessories I'm wearing today, or maybe that is why you come to these videos, and if it is, that's incredibly sweet, thank you. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have a love for early 2000s beauty and early 2000s makeup products. You know, the world is basically a dumpster fire right now. It's just, there's a lot of unpleasant things going on between the pandemic, between part of the country actually being on fire. It's a really scary time, and for me personally, when scary stuff is going on in the world, I like to get a little nostalgic. I like to think about a different time when things were not quite as scary. So I made a video last week talking about early 2000s makeup. I talked about a lot of Bath & Body Works stuff, and you guys were super receptive to it. Even though it wasn't like my most viewed video or anything, I got a lot of comments of people saying that it gave them good memories, and I think that's great because talking about early 2000s beauty products definitely gives me warm, fuzzy feelings, and I thought, why not take that small bit of serotonin that video gave me and try to go a little further with it, because it's not always easy to find serotonin these days. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to talk about some early 2000s makeup with me, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Okay, so as I mentioned in the video I made last week, I talked about a lot of Bath & Body Works stuff, specifically art stuff, which is the brand that Bath & Body Works used to carry that was aimed more towards teens and tweens. It was a lot of body glitter, I loved it very much. So this week I do still have one art stuff product, but I want to talk more about actual makeup and other stuff from the early 2000s. So let's talk about my probably cult favorite beauty product of the early to mid 2000s. I would say the beauty product I repurchased the most times. It's not Maybelline Great Lash. I was not a Great Lash gal. I was a Covergirl Lash Blast gal. That's why I'm wearing this orange shirt today, to go with the iconic orange packaging of the Covergirl Lash Blast Mascara. I remember when Lash Blast came out, it was a big deal because it had this huge brush with a ton of bristles on it. And the other very popular mascara at the time was Maybelline Great Lash, and that one had a pretty tiny brush. So looking at them next to each other, they were incredibly different, and I think that's why I was so excited to try it, because I was like, okay, I'm just getting into wearing makeup. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I do know that I like when my lashes look really, really big and really, really voluminous. So that's what that mascara claimed to do. And you know, I think it did an okay job. I'll insert a picture of me wearing way too much mascara in middle school for you to be the judge of that. So the way I used to apply mascara was with like 7 coats minimum. And I know it sounds like I'm being dramatic. I know I often am dramatic, but I genuinely did apply 7 coats of mascara, like at a minimum. I did as many layers as I possibly could until my lashes started to get so crusty that they actually started getting shorter. I don't know if you've ever reached that point in your makeup routine before where you apply so much mascara that it actually starts taking it off, but I've reached that point many times, especially in the mid 2000s. So I don't know, I feel like I would have to try the CoverGirl Lash Blast again to give like my real opinion on it, but I remember at the time I loved it because it did make my lashes look really, really big. Granted, it made them look really crusty and crumbly too, but I didn't care because my point was just to make them look bold. I did not want to look natural. I wanted to look super natural when it came to my lashes, and I just felt like Lash Blast did that for me. I repurchased it time and time again with my mom's CVS coupons, and I just feel like it suited me really well as a novice makeup wearer, and I was very very grateful to have it. All right, I told you I was gonna talk about one Bath & Body Works Art Stuff product, and here it is. I would like to speak to you about the Art Stuff Foamtastic Body Wash. Oh my goodness, this was definitely like an early 2000s, possibly late 90s product. So basically it looked like shaving cream, but it was a body wash, and I think it was meant for little girls who didn't have to shave yet to feel cool because they didn't have any like hair to shave yet, but they still wanted to pretend that they were old enough to have to shave. Yeah, that's why I had it when I was like 8 years old, because I used to steal my mom's shaving cream and use it all up, and she'd be like, please stop using my shaving cream. I need it to shave because I'm an adult lady and you are a little girl and you don't need this yet. And I was like, I just want to be grown up so bad. So I felt like the Foamtastic body wash was great. They smelled super fruity, as with everything from Art Stuff. Oh my gosh, everything from Art Stuff was just like sickeningly fruity. Imagine the fruitiest thing you've ever smelled and then turn it up 10 notches, and that's what everything from Art Stuff smelled like. But I really loved that body wash, really just because of the foam. I used to pretend it was shaving cream. I also just really liked the texture of it. I've mentioned before, I'm a very tactile person. I like the way things feel. I especially like the way foam things feel. Still a big fan of foam stuff. I don't use shaving cream anymore. I just use body wash to shave my legs. I don't know, it's just more practical for me as a person who has to buy her own things now. But I do still love the texture of foam. I use foam hand soap. Shout out to my friends at Bath & Body Works. Oh my gosh, I use Bath & Body Works foam soap. Isn't it wild how Bath & Body Works has remained a constant in my life more so than anything else? Besides, I guess, you know, my parents. But my parents and Bath & Body Works are the two constants that have remained in my life from childhood till now, and I think that's really great. I love all of them so much. My parents and the Bath & Body Works Foamtastic body wash. All right, now let's move on to a product from the Body Shop. Not to be confused with Bath & Body Works, not to be confused with Bed Bath & Beyond. I feel like there's all of these names that are so similar to each other, but let's talk about the Body Shop Born Lippy Lip Gloss. I feel like I don't hear people talk about the Body Shop a whole lot anymore, but back when I was younger and my mom used to take me to the outlets a lot, the outlet mall or the regular mall, we always had to go to the Body Shop because my mom loved their body butters. I still love their body butters too. Those are really nice, but you know, I had to get my grimy little fingers into the lip gloss section, and they had these Born Lippy lip glosses which came in like a little pot, you know, kind of how a Blistex would, and I haven't had it in forever, but I really feel like I would still like it because it was so shiny, but it was not sticky, and it was the first lip gloss that I ever tried that was not like ridiculously sticky, because if you grew up in the early 2000s, you know that all the lip glosses were like glop string city. They were super shiny, but then you would spread your lips apart and it would be like, whoa, it would be super gross. But this one from the Body Shop was like definitely more of a hydrating formula. I feel like it would feel like more of a lip mask now. This was like, you know, the Body Shop didn't have a little girl section. They only had a grown-up section. So I felt really grown up wearing this, and I feel like they had really cool colors too. Oh, they smelled so good. They smelled super fruity. Everything was fruity. That was just the 2000s. That whole decade was fruit. There were no other smells except for pink sugar. There was fruit and pink sugar. Those were the two smells. There were no other smells for that decade, but I loved the way they smelled. The colors were super vibrant and fun. I had the strawberry scent, which was just like straight up red. It was like a slightly pinky red. So it was really pigmented too, which I think I was like, whew, not used to a lip gloss being pigmented, because I felt like the early 2000s, it was all clear. You know, maybe every once in a while you got something a little frosty, but you know, they were mostly clear, maybe clear glittery lip glosses. So I thought it was really cool to have a lip gloss that was so bright and colorful, which is something that has remained in my life, because I still love bright and colorful lip glosses. Now I use the NYX Butter Gloss, but I remain to love bright and colorful lip glosses, so I appreciate the Body Shop for introducing me to them because I think they're really great. I'm gonna try and see if I can get another one of those. I really feel like this is one of the few products that I could still really use and enjoy now. I'll have to do some research, see if I can pick one of those up, because wow, I really did like those. Alright, speaking of scents, let's talk about a scent that I loved and adored. It was the Britney Spears Fantasy perfume. It had a sweet smell to it, kind of sweet, kind of fruity, a little musty, as most perfumes at the time were, but I loved it. The scent was not important to me. What was important to me was that Britney Spears made this perfume because I was obsessed with Britney Spears. I loved her so much. She's the first concert I've ever been to. I went for my 6th birthday with my cousins. I saw the Oops, I Did It Again tour. I used to open up the insides of the CDs and put the posters up. I used to hang up the lyrics. I used to jam to Toxic in my bedroom. A lot of positive memories with me and Britney Spears. So you know I had to try her perfume and I was so thrilled. I used to wear it all the time. I used to keep it on my desk. It had that beautiful little pink packaging but it had the little jewels around it. Ooh, I just loved it so much. That was like probably the only perfume I really wore because as I said in my last video, I was a body spray gal. I loved something that you could just I still do. I still love to just I love it. I love it. I just love the act of doing that. I think it's so great. It's in my mouth. You don't want to talk right after you spray body spray. That's bad advice. Oh my god, I gotta cool it. But I was usually a body spray gal, but I made an exception for the Britney Spears perfume because it was so great. It made me feel glamorous. It made me feel grown up. And I feel like that's all you want when you're little and buying like beauty products is you just want to buy something that makes you feel a little more grown up. Even if you don't actually like the scent, even if you don't actually like the product itself, you just want to feel like a grown up, which is wild because then you become a grown up and you're like, why did I want this? Why did I want to pay for insurance? Why did I want to have to buy food for myself? I have no idea, but here I am and now I can't go back. Now I'm a 26-year-old woman and I have all of these responsibilities and it's just a horrifying existence. But when I was younger, I couldn't wait to be here when I was younger. Hello, younger self. Stop trying to grow up so quick. It's not as exciting as you think. But you know what? I guess I do get to eat cookies at any time of day that I want, which is a positive of being an adult. Huzzah! Alright, that's enough about perfume. Let's move on to a nail polish. I don't know what this was. This was really fun. This was like a really modern dance type of thing. I feel like I'm about to like I don't know what I'm saying, but let's talk about the Bon Bons nail polish. This is a memory. This is a product that you're gonna see on the screen and be like, whoa, 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 and just be taken aback to another time, because that's how I felt when I was filing through my old box of nail polishes at my mom's house and I saw a bunch of these Bon Bons nail polishes. First of all, I have to say that these must be like an apocalypse type of item, because I was going through my big bin of nail polishes from my childhood, and as I was going through it, you know, most of my nail polishes, my Wet n Wild ones were all dried up. My NYC Color ones, they're all dried up. I mean, of course, I've had them for like 15 years. I wouldn't expect them to still be around. When I opened my Bon Bons nail polishes, not only were they still wet and still usable, but they still smelled. Like, they still smelled like a perfumey smell that they smelled like when you first got them. I was like, I am a little afraid of how well these preserved. Like, what technology does Bon Bons have that we are unaware of in the rest of the world? Because they smelled exactly like they did when I first got them, and they still worked. They were still liquid. None of my other nail polishes stayed liquid. They all got dried up and crusty, because nail polish, you know, has a shelf life, whereas these Bon Bon ones clearly have an unlimited shelf life because they were still good. But wow, I remember loving these. I don't know where we got them. I seem to just always come into them as birthday gifts. Maybe you can get them at Claire's. I don't really know, but they came in the teeny tiny bottles, and they had a little shaker in them, which I liked because you could give a little and it would make the noise. Actually, my new Rare Beauty foundation has one, and it was like making me think of those nail polishes because it also does that. I love a shaker, what can I say? I don't know, I think this is so fun, and I loved that the Bon Bons did that. Maybe that's why they preserved so well, because you could like shake them up and they wouldn't get separated or anything. I don't know, I'm not here to make assumptions about Bon Bons nail polish, I'm just here to tell you how much I used to love it. And seeing those the other day really just brought me back in a way I needed to be brought back. Alright, so the last product I want to talk about, I could talk about so much more. As I said in the last video, I have so many beauty products that I used to use and love and that I have very strong opinions about. So let me know if you want me to do a part 3 of this series. I would absolutely love to. So literally if one person says to do it, I will do it. But the last product I want to talk to you about is the Lip Smackers lip gloss. And I'm sure Lip Smackers still makes lip gloss. I don't keep up with them very well anymore, I'm sorry. But I'm talking about the little plastic ones that used to come in a tube that was only like this big. You got like no product at all, and my favorite scent was the watermelon one. It was just perfect to me because it smelled like sickeningly sweet of watermelon, and I loved the way it smelled. And for me at the time, it was not about the formula. I did not care about the formula. That was not important to me. It was all about the act of having something that made me feel grown up, and that's how that lip gloss made me feel. I remembered like no product came out, which, you know, was good for us because it meant that we got to keep applying it constantly throughout the day, which was very important to me in the early 2000s. But I really loved that lip gloss because it made me feel like a really cool girl when I got to apply it throughout the day. It was clear, you know, as I mentioned, most lip glosses were clear at that time, so there was nothing like all that visually pleasing about it. It was more about the act of doing it, getting to smell it throughout the day, getting to put it in your purse. Oh my god, if you didn't have a lip gloss in your purse, did you even grow up in the early 2000s? I don't think so. I don't know. I love that Lip Smackers. I wonder if they still make that. If they do, I would definitely, no, I wouldn't buy it again. Would I buy something just for a nostalgic smell? Yeah, I think I would. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for that because that was a lip gloss that made me feel very cool. All right, and with that, we've reached the end of the video. I've gone through my whole list of early 2000s products here. I got a million more I could tell you about, so just let me know if you want to hear them. But I think videos like this are really fun, at least really fun to make. I hope they're fun to watch because they're incredibly fun to make. I love walking down memory lane. I don't know, I think it's so funny because when you're a tween and a preteen and you're growing up and everything is just so unbearably awkward all the time, and you spend so much of your time just wanting to be older, just wanting to skip over that phase, and then you get older and you become an adult and you're constantly thinking about how great it was to be younger. I think it's an inspiring message to try to appreciate where you are more, because no matter how old you get, you're always gonna look back on the past and feel happy and nostalgic about it. You know, even if you didn't like everything about that time, you know, because like I said, I had many painfully awkward puberty experiences in the early mid-2000s, but I still have those lovely memories of Bath & Body Works Foamtastic body wash to make me feel good about it. So, you know, my message to you, try to appreciate where you are right now, because in 10 years, you're gonna be looking back on it going, wow, I really should have enjoyed that more. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, please be sure to check out my description box for everything on my face today, as well as a ton of Black Lives Matter resources, including petitions to sign, places to donate, and ways to help protesters. Please make sure you're staying involved on what's going on in your country and helping in any way that you can. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!